It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods. If not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Need guidance on life, auto, or homeowners insurance? Contact Kate Woolman State Farm for all your insurance needs. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters most to you is important. Call Ben at 719-539-6265 and he'll set you up with what you need. That's 719-539-6265.
One last document to give you. Yoshinda, give him the paper you've grabbed.
Yes?
I've heard of you. Takes the piece of paper.
You've heard of me. Hopefully good things?
Yes. Things that make me want to recruit you as soon as I can. What is this?
We pulled it off of Tahiri in Stronrith. Working General Toll. And it's damning information, even if it's incomplete. And we have physical evidence of what's happening in that city, which changes the peace talks.
Good. Good.
We need as many leaders from as many nations as we can get there.
That's actually a beneficial side effect of moving it to Guildhome. It's now open to every nation to be involved.
You might still have some contacts left.
I have nothing left, Oltine. I have dried up all my resources. If you were to try to get the other nations involved, you'll need to look at someone else. I wish I could do more, but I've already done everything I can. I'm on a reaction basis now.
No way for you to disseminate that information.
My network is tapped.
Free.
We're all busy.
Doesn't Big Ten have
I
a
have a network.
network?
That's right, you do. What was
Tweeter.
it? Tweeter. He shakes his head a little bit. That would do. Do you think it's secure enough? What kind of information, actually?
That's actually the whole point. It's not secure. It's open. It flows. Once it's given, it's out.
That would be leaving everything up to the... Actually, that would be a good thing.
Yes, exactly.
Well then, I think you have the information and you have your way of disseminating then. This, he holds up the piece of paper. Is it accurate? It looks to be a report of the dealings of multiple individuals throughout their day.
We don't know yet. That's why the information needs to get out. Because if the right people see it, they'll know.
Well, then I believe, hands it back to one of you, it is information that you will need to hold on to.
Good luck.
Thank you. Do not forget the connections you have as well. While I may be tapped out right now, you have other friends who might be able to help you. other guild masters that you have made friendships with, foreign dignitaries that you've even made friends with. Reach out to them.
All right. I'm gonna let Snozboop hold on to the wand then, so that way he can do some of that while I use Ascending Stone
Both
on
of
my own
which
end.
have very
Tap it.
magically recharged as the day officially hits midnight.
It changes.
I
No,
observe that.
it's daylight now. The sun is creeping up. You've been up all night.
Time to sleep.
Yeah, we're going to sleep. Going to sleep. Going to sleep.
Doing yourselves asleeps. So, after a good old wonderful resty sleepy moment, you all wake up the next solar, and I do believe it's going to be 5:10, 5:66. Getting ever so close to the actual end of the lunar.
I
Wait,
thought.
no.
Yeah,
I know
yes,
that's right.
last week
Yeah.
was 1/1/11.
1:11, then it's 1:2:11. My documentation is wrong. Go by what Tanj says. They're always asking, so it's probably written down more frequently in their notebook than it is mine.
I helped.
Yes. Which means, little thing I need from Schnozboop, I need you to roll a d6.
Oh no.
Three.
3. You have 2 charges in your chaos ability for this Luna.
Ooh.
And on this solar, Teffy, there is 1 line on your piece of paper.
Fantastic. I will use it later.
Nice. So, while Julian is out for the day, he will tell you all that he'll be back later on, probably when the sun sets again. Or, like, he'll probably leave a note when you all wake up and you're part of this day, seeing as you were up late. He would have been already gone. And the note would basically be he'll be back later on that night to discuss the initial contact with, what's her name? Quelana the Wise, a leader of the Jade Birds.
You could leave that with me.
All right. I am spending all of the next day focusing on my connection with Wrath, because that is the one thing that I have yet to do. So I'm literally spending the entirety of the day.
Teffy will focus on her connection with fear, because in this whole palaver, it feels like, well, what was said, it might be a good idea to be as intimidating, indomitable, shall we say, as possible, and so having multiple primordials on our side may help with that endeavor.
Oh, speaking of which, if you'll allow a touch of roleplay between me and Yoshinda.
Oh, this is entirely, I mean, this solar, this day, your dictations. I've got those 2 notes in my mind, so you will take it. I will be back with you all with the results on those things and what I need from it and such. What you got?
Yoshinda,
Yeah.
have you,
Yes.
how well have you connected with your primordial?
I would say very well.
Any tips?
Any tips? Mine is very quiet. So you might have to speak in a soft voice. Listen and act. That's what I do.
It's going to be a little different for him.
Luck tends to speak in whispers. I don't know about Wrath. Or he wouldn't even know, right? I don't know
Yeah.
about your primordial. But Luck speaks in whispers.
Ultian, in your head you hear, wait, luck? Don't let Chaos find out. He hates luck. Oh, crap. Ultian, don't let them find out. I'll be there in a moment.
Try to avoid Snosboop for a little bit.
Yeah, but that I am not clarifying. I am just going to meditate for a
I
while.
already announced that it was luck. Or did I just learn that on my own
To
and
you
dropped
guys,
it to
to-
myself?
Pretty sure you did.
To you, yeah, so to everyone else it was announced it's luck, but Yoshinda doesn't know it's Wrath that's connected to Ultian. That's where the knowledge bit came in. He knows you're all connected to a Primordial, but just not which ones yet.
Well, I'm sending my messages to my birds and start disseminating this information, since I can do that without leaving the room.
You sure can. Before I have you all start making some rolls, Schnozboob and Yoshinda, what would you two like to be doing for the solar?
I'm going to do two things. I'm going to send at least one message.
Okay.
I haven't found the name yet, so give me a second on that. Second, I'm going to do a little chaos thing. Should I tell you what it is now?
Yes, please.
Be merciful to your DM.
I would like to sneak out and go look in the inn to see what the other people look like.
Okay.
Side note, whenever somebody's sending with the rock or the wand, I'm paying close attention and trying to understand the differences between those sendings and the other communication sendings we have going on. I'm just learning all the integral weaves of this magic now.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Since I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. Okay, Yoshinda.
Yashinda, I think, is going to be maybe. Would meditating on luck be inappropriate? I don't know. Where it's like
Unlock another tier.
Unlocking another
Get a
tier.
new perk.
unlock another tier. You
Oh
mean?
gosh.
You know, just his daily do. I'm sure he has a pretty solid connection with luck, so he tries to maintain that. I would also assume that he's trying to maybe continue to give pointers to your Ultian.
Okay.
As an attempt to help, but maybe they're not very helpful.
Okay.
But he will continue to try to give advice.
Perfect. Then let's have the two of you kind of stick together throughout the day, kind of going through that, spending time with your primordials. Teffy, would you like to be in the same room as them as they are discussing and doing all that?
Yes, I would. Not
Perfect.
necessarily interacting though, but just
kind of off in a
eavesdropping
corner.
and being there.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Then Teffy, I need you to make a charisma saving throw. Ultian, I need you to make a constitution saving throw. And for the other two, Schnozboop and BT, we're going to do these guys real quick, and then we'll get around to what you're doing. I say these guys as a generalized term. I should avoid that terminology. This lot, there we go.
Use guys.
Use guys.
Y'all.
Makes me gag every time.
The perfectly gender
Is an
neutral,
abomination.
number neutral y'all.
100% of
Use it.
abomination. Go check out our merch. Link down below in the description.
19 charisma save.
19 charisma save. All right, Ultian.
15 constitution.
15 constitution. Perfect. While you're focusing on these, Ultian, you begin to identify the exact presence within yourself that is wrath. And you start to recognize aspects of emotional state. Like right now, there's a little bit of a panic in his mind. while also smidgens of excitement. And mixed with unease, it's a little confusion going on. And as soon as he arrives, he's a little out of breath. Yoshinda, you see coming through the door where you're all doing this, a fire ganassi who is hotter than normal. His his clothes even have little sparks of flame that are going out where it's burnt through them. He looks at you and goes, "Luck?" And this creepy little golem-like head comes peering out from the corner of Yoshinda's clothes. Wrath? How you doing, buddy?
I got a little tumor, baby.
Like a little tumor baby, yeah.
Oh no.
I found someone unique. You always do. You know Chaos is here? His eyes immediately darken, and the teeth in his mouth, his tiny little mouth, they start to grow sharp. Like, no. Yeah, don't fight him. He's on our side this time. Hey. And I know he acts in the opposite way, but it's not against you. I always try to tell you this. Maybe, who are you? His bonded? Maybe you can get into his head.
Wrath's head?
No, Luck's head. I'm Wrath. He's Luck.
Well, I could try talking to him. Do my best.
Alright. Cool. It's not gonna work. Well, I'm here now. What are we doing? And he starts hopping into helping with the bonding aspects and giving you a bit more pointers. With you, Ultian, it's more so it's more what's driving you, like your biggest emotion, like his connection was your need for a sense of vengeance and the wrath that you carried against the connection. That's what bonds it together the most. The more passionately you're feeling that, the stronger your connection's going to be. You are muted.
I'll take an anger check. This character's got a +9.
Like an anger check. At some point as well, you will all realize that Teffy in the corner, who's completely silent, their eyes are closed, and there's mumbles coming out, and their head is shaking every now and then.
It does a 360-degree turn. Like the exorcist, she starts crawling up the wall.
Baby doesn't need a chiropractor anymore.
Nope, you are your own chiropractor. Tier 1 of fear unlocked. You are your own chiropractor. Congratulations. No, Teffy, you have completely lost conscious to this. You are currently on a mad escapade of revisiting all your worst fears. Over and over again, each one taking maybe a second each to go through your mind and get played through. When finally it rests again on that last one. And Fear in his bowler cap, monocle, fine-tailored suit, and cane comes walking up behind you. Here again, I see.
Suppose, in a sense, I always return to here.
Returning to your fears, in this sense, can be considered quite unhealthy. You're not actually facing it. You're just experiencing it.
And when I experience it, and when I feel it, I can reevaluate and reanalyze the situation to see how to move forwards.
But what have you done to get out of it? If you've not taken any action, has anything actually truly changed?
It's not so much about the action as it is about the mentality, I think.
And what mental state are you trying to get into now?
I'm not sure what the end goal is, but for right now, the development seems to be that fear is not... Fear is a tool to be used. The feeling is a warning. It's not meant to be avoided, though.
Experienced and a warning. And what does it warn you, Teflesikaton?
On a rudimentary surface level, it's telling me to, well, stay close to the surface, not venture too far from the ground itself, for fear of falling and or drowning, as appropriate. But, in another sense, it's telling me more so that I just need to further develop the skills necessary to survive those situations.
And in those thoughts, how do you feel?
Alive.
Ultian and Yoshinda. At a moment, you feel alive. An energy moving through you. As though whatever it is that you're about to face, you truly can face it. A true lack of fear. The debilitations of it. It is only here to serve you now. Teffy, you now have a 30-foot effect. Anyone within 30 feet of you is immune to frightened effects.
Me?
Allies. Any of your allies, designated targets.
Cool. Is that something that exists in the unnamed website that we use, or is that something I need to just make note of?
Something you're going to have to make note of. The things,
Beautiful.
the gifts I give you all through the Primordials is kind of going to be tailored on how you interact with your Primordials. Like that, your interaction defined what ability the ability was. Like BT was specifically looking for a specific thing, so that's what defined what the ability was. Chaos is a little different. You got a unique one there, Schnozboop. He's a peculiar one. I literally have a bunch of abilities on a dice roll, and I roll it and go with that one.
Nice.
He is chaos.
Just what we need. I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that is what you're all doing for the time being. What is Schnozboop getting up to? So,
Okay.
what time of day are you wanting to sneak out and get a look at these people?
Pink Panther theme starts playing.
Yeah, we'll go at dusk, I suppose. But first, I'm going to be sending two messages. Well, it's the same message to two different individuals.
Okay.
Those individuals are Rubriel Grit,
Oh my gosh.
as well as the Master of Children of Stone. And the message is thus, I've counted it out, it is 25 words. Demon Dahiri is working with Grantina Senate. They are aware what is happening in every court. Enslave their people. Please assist as you can.
Clear and concise.
Very clear and concise. Remind me, who's Rubriel Grit?
He was an official with the Balishtar that I stole a document from and then gave it back to tell him that, hey, you got a problem and we can help.
Right.
It was on the ship.
Mm-hmm. I remember now.
With
Rubriel. With his
what's her name?
companion. Yes. What's her name? It's written down somewhere. I actually have the Might be in this document, actually.
Scanvia Pond.
Scanvia Pond, that's right. I remember them now because I remember where their names came from. Oh boy, okay. Foreign dignitaries. Well, actually, Balshtar dignitaries. Rubriel will respond back with a... Well, that's interesting. What are we supposed to do about that? We're part of Balashtar. You know what? We'll bring it to the king. That's all you'll get.
Great. I don't need to respond to that. That's what I wanted.
Yep. To the Master of the Children of the Stone. This one comes back almost as an echo of multiple voices speaking the same. You've contacted a hive conscious, technically reaching every Children of the Stone at the same time.
Great.
No more paperwork on that one. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Aid is possible. We will need to know where to send the aid, and in what fashion. We cannot take action against a government.
Great. When I get that one back, I'm going to pop my head into whatever the Primordial get-together is happening and say, hey, guys, I just contacted the Master of the Children of Stone. They said they're willing to assist, but not against a specific government. Any ideas on how they could assist I could send back?
They could come to the peace treaties. Have a say in the dealings.
And rather than
People
against,
that are there.
they could simply be on our side. Rather than going on the offensive technically against, they could just be a backup support. Heal us as we need it.
Let me rephrase. They said they were going to send assistance. Where should they send it?
Let me make sure the English is understood as well. What they said is clear enough that Schnozzbuk would know he has aid whenever needed. Not that they were going to, that they would, and that they could. They can send aid. They just need to know where it needs to go. So you basically got a point of favor with another guild. Essentially what Teffy's even getting at is also already confirmed in their reply.
Professor Catan knows how to listen and such. Excellent.
English, it's a fine language. It's messed up.
Yeah, very clear, very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So at dusk then, got that all sorted. I will sneak out to go to the tavern, have a look at the headhunters.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
You believe in friendship?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna you believe in friendship before I do this. Great point. Where is that other die? Where's my uwu? Oh, there it is. Found it. We're good.
I'm disappointed now.
Okay, so we're gonna inspire myself, and then we're gonna sneak. Good thing we did that. That's gonna be 25.
25? For one of these people, that's what you needed. Sneaking up to the top shelf inn at dusk, you get into a position you can hear there's only a few people inside, and when you peer through the window, you can see why there's only a few people inside. The 5 individuals in there, when you think of malice or signals of hate, these 5 people would fit that stereotype. Blackened armor, spiked in locations. You can see every single one of them have hammered into their armor. They're all wearing either half plate or full plate, but there's a symbol of their guild hammered into all their plate. 2 of them look genuinely quite menacing. They have tattoos across their face. It looks as though it's permanent eyeliner, but you can tell that it is tattooed on. Each one having the same markings and same classifications on their face. Like it's the same design. The other ones have markings all along their neck, going all the way up and around multiple times. It almost looks as though pale scars, but with observation you can tell that it was just a white ink tattooed into their skin.
Interesting.
3 of them are carrying great swords. 2 of them spears, very long spears. But the one that you can tell that is in control is the one that has hair. The other ones are all bald. Well, actually, 2 black dragonborns. They look a bit more menacing than the other 2, who look a little... The 2 black dragonborns, let me be clear with specific details, excuse me. They have great swords, and they look to be just a bit more menacing. The other 2 with spears, they still look really menacing, but have less scars on them. And they appear to be a half-elf. There is a full elf, though, that captures your attention, as she has long black hair that's braided along one side and shaved on the other. Deep scars all over that you can see, exposed in certain spots. Part of the chin is even permanently torn to where you can see a fraction of her teeth in the back. Whenever she drinks, she's tilting her head to a degree. And the thing that you would notice, Schnozzboob, actually, let's have you do a perception check.
That's not bad. 18.
18? You would definitely notice it then. You would notice the blackened eyes and some portions, a couple of bits of her skin where blackened crystal has started to peek its way out.
Okay.
She also has a great sword, although it looks a bit more ornate than the other ones. By ornate, I mean better design.
Okay. This is a bad idea, but I think in character it makes sense. I'm going to roll a d10. If I roll a 1, I'm going to go in and talk to him.
Oh boy.
We're all good. It's a 3. Okay. So...
I guarantee you we would have been saying hello to Brutus if you had gone in and talked to them.
Well, I would have been disguised. Maybe I wouldn't have known it was me. But, okay. So we got that. I got that checked off. We're going to go back now.
Heading back now. All right.
Also stealthy. I don't want anyone to know I'm there amongst the townspeople either.
Perfect. Heading back, getting an eye on the group from the Destined. Moving over to BT. BT, you get hold of your network, your information network. How you doing this?
As in what?
As in, you're telling them to disseminate the information. What's the message you want them to disseminate? Using the information you've collected.
Oh, well, we have learned that everything needs to be formed as clickbait So,
It's just the most inflammatory headline. You know what I mean? Like something that really catches your eye.
Surveys from the
Regina
town
Senate
clock.
has new technology to spy on everyone. Transcripts available. Do you want to know more?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's clickbaity enough.
All individuals in Grantina are slaves.
Yes. Headline it. Clickbait. Headline it.
No, it has to say all non-rebel Grantinian people are slaves. That should be
Yeah.
An important
Grantina.
difference, yeah.
Yeah. Non-rebel Grantina enslaves its citizens for slave labor. Do you wish to know more? Do you want to know more?
Non-rebel Grantinian
And-
government enslaving its citizens, and it's a question mark.
And to make sure it all fits in the headline, you need to have a 140 character limit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Type it out first.
It's got a URL to like a printout
Yeah.
of the sheet.
Super clickbaity information given over. They can definitely sell that headline. And the head of this
All those
location,
headlines.
all those headlines are like, yeah,
Global
depending on the region.
distribution.
He's got like this
All global.
I want
cigarette
pictures of
butt out of his
Spider-Man.
face. It's like depending on the region, actually, all those headlines can be absolutely perfect. We can definitely disseminate it very nicely up inside the Vesuth Republic as them enslaving the people. That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. And you've got all this great stuff here. We're gonna this story's gonna sell. Good job. You would make a real good reporter. We should put you out in the field, boss. Ha 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 ha.
Oh.
You ignore that. But anyway.
Who's this guy? Definitely disseminatable information.
Oh, and last headline to disseminate. I love doing this politically. All heads of state agree to meet in Guildhome for emergency session.
Oh, I'm writing that down. Oh boy. All heads of state agree to meet in Guildhome for emergency session.
And the bots haven't quite yet Twitter yet, so at least all the comments are actual genuine people.
So I am free accepting it on behalf of every leader. Because this goes to the people first.
Yes, that is going to be. Oh boy. It puts so much pressure on them. Wow. Good luck, heads of state. I have to figure that out. That's going to be fun. Thank you, BT, for that, actually. That's a good one. Jeez. I should never underestimate this table, everyone. Never ever. They will always do something.
You should know better.
I should know better. Yeah. Well, I would say that's very well done. A lot of good stuff headed up on there. Shall we skip to the end of the day, where Julian
will be coming
comes
back
back.
and going, "Hey, I think I'm just gonna let all my stuff go through you now."
He comes back late into the day, and he is holding a wrapped up piece of paper. And when he comes to the room you're all in, unravels it, and there's already printed at the top where you can see the all heads of state agree. I'm like, really? I'm not arguing. I mean, it's brilliant move. You know, you'll get some little heat in certain regions for this.
That's publicity.
Yes, it is publicity.
That adds legitimacy.
He scrolls it up
Besides,
again.
Twitter is not associated with the hand.
Twitter.
Tweeter.
Legally distinct fictional
Twitter.
organization.
Tweeter.
Soon to be
Twitter.
called
Hang on,
Y. Just the letter Y.
What even is Twitter? I thought it was X.
Yeah. Anyway, we're
I
beyond
love
that.
how everyone still just calls it Twitter.
Yeah, right.
No one's giving them that. There's not a soul.
Yeah, it's quite clever, actually. I think it's going to work. That'll help a lot. And you're right, it is unassociated, which is even better. Well done. Looks like I'll be looking to hire you when this is all through as well.
You couldn't afford me.
That sounds like a challenge. Anyway. It's a game. Quilona is here for a game. Political gain. And political reasons. The Senate has pressured her to make a move against us. So she has. Major payout. She's also getting along in years. Major payout. Also getting along in years. More willing to take risks. Do you look like you have something you want to ask already, Schnorsboop.
Well, I was just saying, speaking of risks, I realized it wasn't maybe the best idea, but some things are avoidable at this point, and Julian can see sort of a crazed eye happenings in Snorsboop's eyes. I went down to the inn to check out the headhunters. They seem very menacing. And there's one of them, an elf woman, missing a bit of her jaw. She has black crystals coming out of her skin, which I have seen, and it seems bad. So, just so that's said.
Beautiful jaw.
Describe the rest of them.
So there's 2 dragonborn, black dragonborn, 2 half-elves, 1 full elf. They all had there was great swords or long spear types, very menacing. They didn't seem to want anybody else in the inn. Not very friendly.
Plate armor.
Yes, all in plate.
The Contractors. That's their group name. You're describing a Marriott. Marriott Morris. Pull together that group. The 2 with the spears, keep an eye on them. As far as I understand, they have some incredible healing capabilities. They're more there for support. For the other 3, the Dragonborns and Marriott herself, I believe the common term is Paladin. They have divine favors associated with them. You'll need to be careful. They're hard hitters.
They had tattoos.
Yes, they would. It's part of Savath's ex-military deals. When you're done with the military, you get markings of it. A sign of a veteran. Which ones had the tattoos?
I think all of them did, though the half-elves had less, seemingly.
Then you're dealing with veterans, which is even more. They'll be very capable with their weapons. From the reports I've heard, they are. It also guarantees that they will be looking for collateral damage. This group purposefully leaves it behind. You're lucky to not have been spotted, Schnorsboop. They probably would have burnt my inn down for Altian. With you in it.
Oh, I didn't go in, so that's something.
Then there is a little bit of sense inside your mind still. Good. Other matters. The deal that Quilana is proffering, and the one that I don't think I'll be able to get out of, no matter all my bantering with her might be. Should we lose, the 3 Watchers will no longer be allowed access to the Grantinian Senate. In a civilian state or a guild state. Access will be barred to us, and it will be an executable offense, given everything that is going into this. I will also be forced to step down as Guildmaster. It's part of her requirements. And part of my past with Grantina itself as well. Double cost. If we win, she will give us 2 pieces of information. One I've been looking for a while, and one I think you yourselves might be a little interested in. She said the first thing is that she will tell me where the city of Savoth is. When the state of Savoth rebelled against the Vesuth, a certain very large city disappeared, and none of us have been able to find it. It is their head capital, their headquarters, where they've been organizing everything, where Savoth himself has been. No one's been able to locate where he is or try to assassinate a tyrant. I very much would like to know where that is. I think it has one of the largest troves of ancient tech, or ancient archtech, out there. A gold mine, you might say. The other piece... She's offering to tell us what's on the 15th floor. I don't know the significance to that, but she said you would know more than I.
I'm gonna look at Yoshinda.
The dog might be eating the carpet again.
Yep, yes. Oh, no.
Nom, 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 nom.
Sorry.
Double muted.
What are we looking at Yoshinda for?
15th floor.
15th floor. Okay. One moment. I do not have knowledge on the 15th floor. I am sorry. That is beyond my reach. I know
That's the point.
the Senate is there.
We were trying to get to the 15th floor last week, and the elevator just like
Oh,
wouldn't take
that's
us
right.
there,
Yes,
basically.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. I don't know. There's some kind of magic around it. You can't pass it, or you pass it every time you try to enter.
Wasn't the documents being generated from the 15th floor?
They were being taken to the 15th floor,
Ah,
but I was in pursuit and was not able to reach the 15th.
Because I
It
don't want
was
that
either the 14th or the 16th, never the 15th.
Because
I may
I
have
don't,
triggered a few alarms while I was there.
so I don't want that point Stitch brought up, or BT brought up, to get passed over too much. The context of it did suggest that what Stitch said was correct, or what BT said was correct, that it was being
that they were
generated
being
in there,
generated
because
in
they
the 15th
stated,
floor.
take the final reports back up.
Okay.
yeah. Whatever they've got that can spy on anyone anywhere in the entire island seems to be on the 15th floor. Useful information.
Well, I most certainly want that.
So then
We
you're
have our
saying we
2
have
weeks.
to win.
2 lines.
I'm going to try to give it another solar of delay. Whisper said they had a lead on where silence is. And if we are to pull off actually winning this challenge, we're going to want our S+. agents. That, and it's going to take pestilence a little bit to get here. Or Doctor. He doesn't go by his primordial name.
Then we plan.
Well, allow the mayor and myself and Quilana to do the planning for the challenge. At the end of tomorrow, their members will be leaving. They're not allowed to be in here while we're setting up the city for its invasion. They will be handed a map that is told where the strategic hold points will be located so that they can plan themselves on how to invade. As for your other problem, my only advice would be not to let it sit. The Destined is not very obedient. There are rules in place, but who knows if they'll follow them. Your idea.
Slazmoop, you don't happen to have heat metal in your repertoire, do you?
No.
Anybody?
What?
Then I have to make
Oh, what
something.
in the repertoire?
What kind of metal?
Heat metal.
The spell, heat metal.
Oh,
Just
spell.
to steer you off here, I'm not going to have anything that causes injury.
Then I have to make something. I could do it in a couple days.
Wrath is a fire
and then we get
ganassi.
this done.
He can just start you a fire if you ask him nicely, probably.
Well, yes. I was thinking more tactically.
He could probably do it tactically as well.
I have a question for the
We try
DM
hard enough,
on
I
a
could do it through your
specific.
hands. Go for it.
I have a question
Yeah.
about a specific cantrip of mine. Shocking grasp. If I do that holding a metal object, does that metal object then get heated because it
No.
is an electrical current?
No. It's an instantaneous
Dang.
electrical current. It's not going to leave everything superheated in less than 0.1 seconds of being shocked.
But what if I believe really strongly?
Then you'll be
In the power
believing
of
in a
friendship.
lie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do it as you may. What I would also encourage you all to do, he says, standing up, do not be caught by them by yourself. You don't need to be taken in as a group. If they catch you individually, they will act.
That's a great point. Great point, Julian.
Yes, he says, walking over to the door. I only wish I had the mind to make it earlier. As he leaves. Yashinda,
Okay.
just behind you, during the entire conversation, while Schnozby's been in this room, there's been a general low hiss coming from Luck.
Happy hiss?
Angry hiss.
Oh. I don't know if there are very many happy hisses.
I'm guessing snakes have happy hisses.
I imagine they would, yeah, that's a fair
Yeah.
point, yeah.
I don't think so.
Probably have
No?
a variety of hisses.
Not really. It's mostly just a warning.
Huh.
Hmm.
You know what? I'm going to say that's a happy hiss. Because it's a happy hiss of telling someone to GTFO and stay away from them. It's happy for us. It's not. No, that's pushing it.
Pleasantly
That's
F
pushing it.
off.
Would you kindly off now? Well,
Would you kindly? I will tell Luck. You seem to be quite on edge lately. I know we're in a lot of new territory, but you know we've gotten through pretty bad situations before. I think we can get through this pretty mildly challenging situation.
you see it though, don't you? His effects on
See
his
what?
bond.
I don't know if I see it with my eyes. I'm sure there's something to perceive here.
He's manic. Look at him. His eyes are wide and he's full. But he shouldn't be.
He's just a pleasantly spontaneous fellow. I don't think I have anything to be that concerned about. I think any previous tensions you may have had may not apply here.
He continues hissing. And Altine, you feel a growing sense of discomfort coming from Wrath. As you're feeling your attention pulled between the two, Schnozboop and Yoshinda.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at that emotion.
May have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. Peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and